para sa mga hindi makadesisyon. Pag-usapan natin yan sa break time na to. Analysis paralysis. Hindi ito masyado napapag-usapan and later you'll know why. But I've been thinking about doing this episode for so many months now. Alam niyo naman kung napakinggan niyo yung episodes ko before, maraming nagka-delay. Pero parang episode 16, 15 pa lang ako, isa na to sa mga gusto kong gawin. So this is, again, a personal topic that I want to discuss with you and I believe na makaka-relate naman kayo dito. So there may have been moments wherein nakapila ka sa grocery store and nakita mo na mas maikli yung pila sa tabi mo, 'di ba, sa katabing aisle. Pero kakaisip mo kung lilipat ka ba o hindi, pupunta ka ba sa kabila o mag-i-stay ka lang sa pila mo. And bigla na lang dumami yung nakapila doon sa tinitingnan mong cashier. And before you know it, nauna pa yung mga tao sa kabilang cashier or sa kabilang aisle matapos kesa sa'yo. Had you only made the decision bago dumami yung pila sa kabila, edi nakaalis ka na sana ng grocery store. Or how about kapag nagde-decide kayo ng jowa mo, sana all, kung saan kakain? And since nasa mall kayo, napakadaming choices niyan. May nakita pa kayong mga kainan sa Facebook, sa What's Your Ulam, na uy, a few streets away lang sa mall. And syempre, ang sumpa ng pagjojowa ay kailangan nata mag-away bago makahanap ng kakainan, di ba? So I don't know if ako lang na based on experience to, pero naririnig ko rin kasi yung horror stories, horror stories ng ibang mag-partner na hindi maka-decide kung saan kakain or kung saan pupunta, 'di ba? And yeah, it's all fun memories to be honest. Whether sa grocery store or yung pag-decide kung saan kakain na naging away, I'm sure anybody can relate to that. But it's different when the things we cannot decide about are not the restaurants that we are going to dine in, not the lines at the grocery store or what to eat later on a Friday night, but the more important things in life, like the career path we're going to take, the course we're going to study for in college, the relationships we're going to begin, and all the decisions that have a huge impact on what our life will be in weeks, months, or years from now. And knowing that our decisions are this crucial, it makes us think twice. Actually, more than that, it makes us think a lot. It makes us hold off for the longest time possible on choosing what to do. Because choosing what course you want to study for the next 4 years is not as easy as people make it sound. Trust me. And deciding to be with that person for the rest of your life and leaving your family to live with him or her is a lot harder than thinking kung kakain ka ba sa labas o magpapagrab ka na lang. Or leaving your stable, well-paying, and comfortable job in order to pursue a different career in another industry is not a McDo or Jollibee decision. KFC, by the way. Because, ayun nga, we see big decisions having bigger consequences and it's putting a lot of pressure on us. It makes screwing up or making the wrong decision all the more terrifying and unbearable. Kaya a lot of us, no, myself included, is guilty of putting aside these kinds of things and never really having to decide on it kung hindi naman kailangan o limot-limot na lang. Ang hirap mag-decide eh. But let me tell you this, the moment we think it is perfectly fine to not decide, doon na tayo nagkakamali. Doon na tayo nagkakaproblema. I used to think that decisiveness is something that only people with strong personalities have until I found that indecisiveness or yung pagiging balimbing or yung hindi mo kaya mag-decide sa mga bagay-bagay is not an introverted or a shy person's character. Hindi pala porket indecisive ka ay kasi introvert ako, ay kasi mahihain ako. But it's actually a bad or even toxic trait that we have. and that we seem to tolerate and nurture. Now, I'm not judging on people na hindi nakakapag-decide minsan kung ano yung gagawin or what sa araw nila or week nila because, those with spontaneous lifestyle are somewhat commendable and no judgment on that. But what I'm concerned about is if you are someone who always let other people make the decisions for you. Let me ask this to you. Are you someone who lets others make the decisions for you? Or you let the situation just roll on its own without deciding on anything? If you said yes to any of those, then perhaps ikaw ay nasa analysis paralysis stage or moment. Coming from the meaning of the word itself, it means you are paralyzed on making the decisions. And analysis paralysis can occur in both routine and complex problems. It often comes from trying to weigh an undefined number of variables, factors, what ifs, and you consider everything except the most important part, which is making a decision during that time. Kung nasa pila ka ng fast food, hassle lang kapag matagal ka magdesisyon or kung mag-iisip kayo kung ano yung pupuntahan, whether it be jowa or family or tropa, eventually makakapag-decide naman kayo somewhere eh. But when analysis paralysis starts manifesting in your life, in your career, relationships, or personal significant decisions, malaking problema yan. Because in these decisions, most of the time, ikaw lang ang makakapag-decide. No one can or no one will choose it for you. And not deciding on anything is the worst thing you can do in these types of situations. I'm guilty of this, not gonna lie. Dahil minsan mukhang mas nakakatakot magkamali, mag-screw up, di ba? If I choose this and, if it's a flop or a fail, or it doesn't turn out good the way that I thought that it will be, then people will say a lot of things. I-analyze, i-criticize nila yung decision ko. And most of the time, this will come from people who are closest to you. That's why it's way scarier and more anxiety-inducing compared to not making a decision at all. Kasi if we let others decide for our life choices, then at least people cannot really put the blame on us. And we cannot really take the blame. And we can actually, pwede nga natin sisihin yung mga nag-decide para sa atin or pwede natin sisihin yung buhay kapag hindi naging maganda yung outcome. Parang nangyari lang kasi talaga to eh. Hindi ko naman to ginusto. Kasi nga, hindi mo naman pinili. That's kind of like been my mindset for the past years nung bata pa ako. Ngayon kasi medyo bata na lang. But in all honesty, no, it looks like a safe move. But looking back at it, what I was just really doing is just limiting myself. Because deciding for myself, for my life, is part of my responsibility for the sake of the future me. Remember that change is unavoidable, but growth is optional. And choosing not to decide on the things that matters in your life, it's the opposite of growth. For the past few years, I've been in a slump and in a constant analysis paralysis. And how I got out of it, or rather progressively getting out of it, is by doing and knowing some of the important little things that I'd like to share with you. Itong una, kahit ito lang yung maalala mo sa buong episode. Because this one is really important to know. And this is the fact that the what ifs will kill you slowly but surely. The fear of making a decision na sure ka na, then finding out later on, days or weeks or months from now, na yung isa palang option yung mas maganda, na yung hindi mo napili, yun pala yung mas may blessing, yun pala yung mas tama. This happens. It happens a lot. Lalo na sa akin. Hindi ko alam kung sa akin lang. And I'm not gonna deny it. It hurts. You'll look back on the moment that you were deciding, no? Magta-throwback ka sa isip mo and you'll say, dapat pala yung isa yung pinili ko. Then it would have turned out differently. Then I'll imagine a future wherein yung mas maganda yung pinili ko. Kung saan, yun nga, I've had a better life if I just made that decision. And it'll continue to hurt me. I'll continue to regret it. Kumbaga, nagkakaroon ng multiverse. Multiverse na masakit. And that's where the uncontentment, the regret, and self-pity take footholds in my heart and in my mind. Masakit pag yung pinili mo parang hindi yun yung tama. Ayun pala yung mas maganda, ayun pala yung mas may blessing, ayun pala yung mas tama, yung mas pinaboran ng mga tao. Ito pala yung mas magandang course. Dapat pala ito na lang yung naging partner ko. Dapat pala ito na lang yung career path ko before. Dapat pala nakinig ako kay ganito, kay ganyan. Dapat pala ganitong advice yung sinundan ko. You know, the decision that you made that seems wrong to you right now, it was a correct one anyway. Because during that time that you made that choice, you decided based on the information that you knew during that time. It was the best decision for you nung moment na yun. And no one could have ever known that things will turn out the way it is right now. The course that you chose, the career path that you took, the people you welcomed in, or the people you had to let go. You made the best decision according to what you know during that time. It's very important that we separate the current times with what was before. So don't beat yourself up with the what ifs and the I should haves. And when people say na dapat ganito, dapat ganyan, bakit kasi yan ginawa mo? Remember that empty cans make a lot of noise, and people, like what I mentioned in my favorite episode 12, they will always have something to say. So brush them off and focus on the next time because, yeah, there's gonna be another next time, and another next time, and another next time. But during those next times, mas marami ka ng alam at mas may natutunan ka na. Yung Bini na nag-decide kung anong course gusto niya kunin nung college na later on nag-drop after 2 years dahil hindi talaga nag-enjoy and na-delay pa lalo. That Bini could not have known na ito pala yung passion niya, na ito pala yung mas magandang course. Because during that time, limitado lang yung alam niya. And it's already in the past. So what could the present Beanie do? What could the present you do right now? Because we don't have a time machine. And thank God we don't have a time machine. Because we learn more from the mistakes we do in the past. Yung dating Beanie na nagde-decide, hindi kasi nag-research masyado. Nakinig sa mga maling tao. So, what could the present Beanie do right now? Well, kung magma-masters man siya kasi tapos na ako ng college, or kung magde-decide siya ng malaking decision, anong gagawin niya next time para hindi mangyari yung nangyari before? He could do this. He could research more. He could ask the right kind of people and balance it himself. And at the same time, the present us should be thankful that it happened the way it did. Because I'm still a firm believer that all the things that happened in your life in the past, other than it being lessons, it was a bridge. It was a catalyst. It started something that we didn't expect would be, but is a good thing now. Like, I met a lot of people in college dahil maliban sa 2 years ako sa UST in 2 different sections, naging ireg din ako sa Trinity, which, I really met a lot of great people. I established a lot of connections, and that wouldn't have happened kung hindi ako nagkamali before. So, I know I'm getting kind of off topic right now. Parang iba na namang topic yan or episode. Pero gusto ko lang talagang i-emphasize sa inyo na the what ifs will kill you. And if you are not gonna decide, it's going to be much worse than deciding something and, not getting the best choice or like making the wrong decision during that time. So, I want you to know that opportunities never run out. Mas nauubos pa ngayong pasensya natin kaysa sa mga pagkakataon. What's important is you made a decision and pinanindigan mo. If it's a bad decision, like I said, then acknowledge, correct it if possible, and learn from it. Always have the sense of accountability that it's my life and I'm the one who is in charge of what I will decide, not other people, but me. Of course, as a Christian, prayer is essential, but faith without action is dead, di ba? Granted, your decisions are not always going to be right, but it's always going to be yours. And that's way better than being in a state of analysis paralysis na nagpakain ka na lang sa takot. Because fear will somehow always be there, but try to see fear as just a liar running out of breath. Try to see fear as something that is there, that is present, but is way smaller than what you imagine. Expect though, lalo na kapag malaking decisions mga ginawa mo lately, that there are days you are gonna wake up and have a heavy heart with what you have decided. Tama ba tong ginawa ko? Sure ba talaga ako? Nakakatakot. I'm gonna miss the people I'm with in this job or school or season ng buhay ko. Tama ba tong pag-alis ko? Or tama ba tong pagpunta ko sa ibang situation ng buhay ko? And it's normal to feel that way, to question your decision, but always come back to the reasoning of why you made that in the first place. Don't get too carried away with emotions that you throw logic under the bus. Be still and understand that you decided on what you knew, on what you believe is right, and paninindigan mo. Naalala ko a couple of months ago, baka narinig nyo na to sa mga previous episodes ko, na siraan ako ng laptop. And nung time na naghahanap ako ng bago, I was torn actually between buying a new one or a second-hand sa trusted naman na seller ko. I've analyzed each pros and cons for a lot of weeks already nung time na yon and still I cannot decide. Ang dami ko ng pinagtanungan, shoutout sa inyo. Kaso at the end of each day na tinatanungan ko sila, nanonood ako ng YouTube reviews, hinahanap ko sa mga articles, each day, no, undecided pa rin ako. Kasi para sa akin, ayoko bumili ng second hand. Then later on, magre-regret ako na dapat pala brand new na lang yung binili ko. Pero ayoko rin bumili ng brand new dahil naiilang ako galawin ng sobra yung budget ko. And nasa isip ko, baka kaya naman ng second hand eh. Maliban sa gaming, Genshin Impact, Valorant, podcast, yun lang naman yung ginagawa ko. Hindi naman mabigating mga edit or After Effects. It's just one of the things that, keeps me from deciding kung ano ba talagang pipiliin ko. And that whole debate with myself would have gone a lot more longer if it wasn't for one of my main closest friends, si Aldrich. Naalala ko pa yung sinabi niya eh. Kasi sobrang okay yung yung pagbili ng bago, pero yung budget ko nga, so parang gusto ko yung luma, pero parang kaya naman ng bago. So back and forth talaga ako. And with my current state, sabi niya, kung bibilhin ko yung bago, I'll end up regretting and wishing na sana second hand na lang yung binili ko because ganito, ganyan, ganito, ganyan. All good reasonings. And he continued, sabi niya, kung yung second hand naman bibilhin mo, iisipin mo lang na sana brand new na lang yung binili mo kasi ganito, ganyan, ganyan, ganito. Kaya sabi niya in a nice way, you should decide right now. Kasi if undecided ka and hindi ka sure sa decision mo tapos pinili mo yung isa, magre-regret at magre-regret ka lang na sana ganito pala. Na sana yung isa pala yung pinili ko. And sabi ko nung nabasa ko yun, oo nga no, whatever I decide on, I lose because my mindset is configured to regret and focus on what I did not choose and how quote and unquote great it could have been, even though both of the decisions are great. To make the long story short, I bought a second-hand laptop and there are a couple of things na minsan, nakaka-regret, sana pala bago. Pero I decided fully nung time na yon na bibili ako ng second-hand na okay, eto na talaga. Fully decided na ako and I'm not going to regret the decision that I made. This is logical, this is rational, and this seems good. And regretting it would be way worse. And ever since that happening, mas naging aware ako sa attitude ko in those situations more than the choices that I will have to make because they go hand in hand. And making a decision without the correct attitude could still be bad for you. You may have moments of what ifs and regrets, pero actively engage it. Every time it shows up in your mind, every time you sink into those thoughts, remind yourself what you have learned. That's what I try to do when the what ifs show up. Yung kinuwento ko nga sa college days ko that I didn't get to choose the course that I really wanted or finish in the university I've dreamt of. And alam mo yon, the what ifs will start creeping in na paano kung itong course yung pinili ko or kung dito ako nagtapos and kung kasama yung mga ganito kong batchmates, and it's tempting to entertain that and mag-daydream about that or to think that before I sleep. But an effective thing I am doing right now is I am engaging myself when I realize that I am in that trance na I'll say to myself, uy, tapos na to. And there's nothing I can do about it. I will just focus on making the best choice next time and not let myself be gaslighted by others. It's harder than it sounds, but it can be done and will only get easier in due time. Practice makes perfect. And I've been doing this actively for a couple of weeks or months palang. And it gets easier naman. There are really hard moments. But like right now, I decided to leave my recent work. So unemployed ako during this recording. So if you're hearing this, send Gcash. But when I decided to leave my work and pass that resignation letter, I was not worried about what's going to be on my wallet for the next weeks or months because I've saved up. I'm not worried about what people will say because during that time, talagang sabi ko, yung mental health ko hindi na talaga kaya. Yung physical health ko medyo bumibigay na rin. And while I was preparing myself to come to work because I still had 30 days of render, biglang may nag-snap lang na thought sa isip ko that, hey, your biggest problem right now is not about finding the next job. It's about the regret that's going to come and get you. Because I am a sentimental person. Daming what ifs, like, what if na-promote ako? What if kinaya ko kahit sobrang hirap naman sa umpisa? Dadali lang naman yan. What if hinabaan ko pa yung pasensya ko? Or mas ginawan ko ng paraan para maalagaan yung physical health ko? So, I know that those thoughts are going to come and haunt me. And kapag hindi ako aware, magugulat na lang ako, araw-araw ko na pala to iniisip. Araw-araw na pala ako nagre-regret. Kinakain na pala ako ng mga imaginary thoughts ko. So, to decide on something as leaving my work with the unknown ahead of me, it was a difficult decision to make. And I had to make sure that the reasons that I had were not on an emotional level, but I will be deciding based on who I am and who I want to be. So, nag-weigh in ako before that whether I should stay or not. I consulted people, and this went for weeks until naramdaman ko na, oo, analysis paralysis na naman. February, nagde-decide ka na. And then ngayon, ganitong buwan na, 3 months na, nagbibisi-bisihan pa ako sa pagde-decide. And hindi na ako nag-decide at all for those 3 months. Kaya sabi ko, I'll give myself a date that I will decide dahil kompleto naman na reasons ko to leave. And chinek ko yung mga reasons ko, no? It's not, as I said, it's not emotional. It's objective. It's logical. It's beneficial to me and my family. So, to make the long story short, I got up from being in a state of analysis paralysis to becoming a decisive Vince or Beanie. Definitely marami akong narinig na hindi magagandang stuff said in front of me and behind me when I made those decisions inside and outside my workplace. I took those with a grain of salt naman, but pushed through with my decision because I know that quitting a job, or to some of us, maybe quitting a hobby or leaving a toxic relationship or kung ano pa man, it doesn't equate with quitting on yourself, especially when you've thought about it, when you've seek guidance about it and prayed for it. So before ending this episode, let me share with you some things that you can do to get out of analysis paralysis. As if I haven't shared a lot already. So sabi ko nga kanina, 'di ba, when deciding, be objective, not subjective. Huwag ka magbase sa mga signs or what. Most of the time kasi ginagamit natin yung quote-unquote sign ni Lord for deciding. We say, ay, sign ni Lord to kaya ito gagawin ko. Which is actually mystical and not spiritual. I'll elaborate it for another episode, pero just use your God-given mind and reasoning. Don't decide when emotions are high, kaya thinking about it for a week or so is ideal naman. But give yourself, when it comes to big decisions, give yourself a week or 2, maybe 3, or even 4. And alam nyo naman yun kung umaabot ka na ba sa point na pinag-iisipan mo pa ba? Naghahanap ka pa ba ng reasons? Or ina-establish mo pa ba kung good enough yung reasons mo? Ina-analyze mo pa ba yung situation mo? Or nag-i-stall ka lang, dinidelay mo lang, nagpo-postpone ka lang kasi takot ka mag-decide. Secondly, think of the consequences of not deciding. Sinabi ko na mostly kanina, pero when you're stuck and sa tingin mo analysis paralysis na yan, remember that those opportunities are not gonna stay open forever. And you don't know when's the next time you are going to get that chance. Nandiyan na sa harap mo, di ba? Go na. Don't be afraid of failing because in order to increase your success rate, you need to increase your failure rate. And neither are going to happen if you stay still when a door opens up in front of you. Thirdly is never underestimate good company. Have that trusted, genuine circle of friends who will not necessarily say what to do, but will first and foremost hear you out, comfort and confront you all for love, and will enlighten you in order for you not to make the right decision, but for you to make your own decision. Lastly is something that I've read before. It's the coin toss trick. Hindi to para sa lahat and there's no science to this. I know I'm logical and rational as a person, INFJ tayo, but I just find this very interesting. Lalo na kung honest ka sa sarili mo. So basically, you get a coin and if heads, ito gagawin mo. If tails, ganyan, you put the decisions there. Kung heads, ganito. Kung tails, ganyan. You can do it now if you want. You can pause this first. When you have your choices and when you have the coin, you're going to flip it. And while it's flying up in the air, or even bago mo i-flip out of your hand, ano ba yung nasa isip mo? Habang tinititigan mo yung barya, were you hoping for heads? Were you hoping for tails? Because 9 times out of 10, kung honest ka sa sarili mo, there will always be an answer before you even flip the coin. And that is where your heart is. You can let the coin decide and be accountable for it, pero you can choose to follow what you really wanted even before letting the coin land. Again, do it at your own risk. Baka mamaya sisihin niyo ako, Bini, kasi but I did it in a couple of trivial pero medyo important na mga decisions sa buhay ko na bago ako mag-heads or tails, parang, oy, teka, ano bang mas gusto kong lumabas? Parang tails yung mas gusto ko. And I'm already like, oo nga, ito talaga yung gusto kong gawin. Natakot lang ako. Or kunyari, finlip mo yung coin, heads ganito, tails ganyan, and naging heads. Tas parang biglang sasabihin mo, hindi, best out of 3. Di ba? Bakit mo binest out of 3? Ibig sabihin, you wanted to be somehow tails. So sa mga ganong sitwasyon, you evaluate your feelings. Bakit nga ba ito yung gusto ko bago ko pa i-flip yung coin? Bakit ito yung nasa isip ko na sana tails? Or bakit nung naging heads hindi ako masaya? So you evaluate those, you analyze those, you meditate on those things, and you give yourself a deadline to decide. And all of these are challenging. Yes, they are. But overcoming analysis paralysis will be a huge win in life. And it will make you a better you. And in a couple of years, it won't even matter how long it took to get what you dreamt of. You'll just be glad that you decided during that moment. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to the 23rd episode of my podcast. If this is the first time that you're hearing this podcast, welcome sa Break Time. If this is your multiple times listening to the podcast, salamat po sa pagstay. Sana all nag-i-stay. We'll continue to make more interesting topics, everything and anything under the sun. If you guys want to follow me on social media, because I post my latest episodes there, and you can also find a couple of inspirational stuff when you follow me on Facebook. It's Break Time with Beanie. And if you are listening on Spotify, I will really appreciate it if you follow my podcast and then i-press niyo yung rating. Put a big 5-star there. It really goes a long way para mas marami pang discover ng podcast ko. And you can share it to people you know as well. You can share it on social media. And let me know if this episode or any of my episode somehow has really helped you. I really do like hearing those things kapag may mga positive feedback about this podcast na nakatulong sa kanila during sa moment ng buhay nila. So, feel free to PM me or PM the page. I will really appreciate you on that. And that's it for this 23rd episode of Break Time with Truly Yours, Beanie.